Hey guys, so we just crossed 200,000 subscribers. I don't have words, that's just amazing. I'm really not good with words or speeches, that's why I haven't done a lot of like videos, vlogs or anything like that. Or Q&A videos. This will be the first one. I really didn't expect to get there so soon, like have so many subscribers. Especially that I only started seriously working on my channel about a year ago. I made it about 2 years ago, made a few videos, you know, just for fun. But I didn't expect it to pick up like, you know, so well, and I really dedicated myself to it last year. And honestly, like for me, from 1,000 to 100,000, it was just like that. I didn't even think about it. I wasn't like, oh, let me keep counting like how many subs I have. What I really want to say is thank you so much. I appreciate you guys following my work and enjoying it. I really love what I do. And I'm glad to have an audience, like a dedicated audience like you, to enjoy it with me. Fellow SPN family, I love you guys. I'm not gonna say much, like I said, I'm not good with words or speeches, but I appreciate you sticking with me for, you know, relatively a short time I've had the channel so far, and it's really growing so fast and doing so well. All thanks to you. So to celebrate, I thought about actually making my first Q&A video, and I made a post about it a couple of days ago for you guys to submit your questions. So I'm gonna go ahead and read some of your questions and try to answer as many as I can. And if you like, you know, more Q&A videos, let me know down below in the comments and like the video. And yeah, let's dive right into your questions. Okay, first question from Nearsighted Zombie. Nice name. How did you get into Supernatural? By the way, your stuff gets me through the tortures that is the time between seasons. Yeah, Nearsighted Zombie, I know the feeling. My videos get me through the torture between seasons because I really enjoy making them, so definitely felt like no time between season 13 finale and premiere of season 14 that just aired. Like, usually I really feel like the distance, and I rewatch the whole series over and over again before like I start working on my channel. But now that I make videos regularly, you know, it's really like time flew by pretty quick, so I'm glad my videos help you pass the time between seasons as well, because it really is bad if you just wait, you know. No Supernatural related content, things like that. And I recommend rewatching a series always, especially early seasons are my favorite, so that's what I like to do. As far as your question, how did I get into Supernatural? So this is an interesting story actually. Funny story. First, when Supernatural came out 2005, a friend was really into it and tried to get me into it, showed me a few episodes from season 1. Shockingly, especially the topic of this video, I didn't get into it right away. Even though I liked horror, fantasy, action, things like that, but for some reason, like, I watched like the first couple of episodes and I was like, those guys are like really annoying, like I don't find them like, you know, fun to watch or charismatic. Crazy, right? J2. And now they're like my favorite actors and characters, right? But at the time, for some reason, I just didn't get into it, you know, it happens. A few years later, 2012 specifically, I was, you know, scrolling through channels in the morning. TNT channel was running, you know, as you always do, reruns of the show forever, as you guys know, whoever watches it in the morning every day. It was like season 4 or 5 at the time, one of the advanced seasons in 2012. And I believe the newest season at the time was season 7 or 6, something like that. Anyway, I just started watching it a couple of episodes in, and I really started enjoying it. I really got into it, and I couldn't miss any episode, even though it wasn't from the beginning, but I really got into it, and I wondered, like, the same thing I wonder now, how didn't I like it the first time when my friend showed me season 1 back when it first came out 2005. So that's crazy. So anyway, I fell in love with it right away, even though like I was working a lot at the time. I was working like 2 jobs at a time, crazy. Like I had like 2 or 3 hours in the whole day. What I would do is like I come home from the first job and I sleep, wake up, and I have the episodes recorded. And while I'm having my only meal of the day, lunch, dinner, breakfast, I just have like one meal because I didn't have any time, I would watch the 2 episodes that aired the same day. And that's just the only time I had, and I would never miss it. That's why when someone tells me like, oh, I'm too busy to watch Supernatural, I was like, hey guys, I had 2 jobs and had like no time to sleep or eat barely, and I still watch everything. when I first got into it, and I really did. I really loved the show so much immediately when I first got into it at the time. And yeah, I watched the whole thing, TNT reruns until like season 6 or 7 at the time, 2012. And they started, you know, resetting the show from the beginning again, reruns from season 1. And of course I watched the whole thing again from season 1 to season 7. And by the time season 8 aired, I caught up between like hiatuses in between, like 6 or 7 seasons. And I just caught up with the rest of the fans, just started watching season 8 and newer episodes. So long story short, at first didn't get into the show for whatever odd reason, and then a few years later I just fell in love with the show, and I've been in love with it since. And I rewatched it several times, especially early seasons, particularly season 1 to 7 are my favorites, particularly 1 to 5. I would say, to be more specific, 1 to 3, my favorite being season 1. But yeah, 8 to 14 so far, so many changes, so many characters. I'm not a big fan of the later season as much as I am in the early seasons. Of course I still am a large fan of the show, obviously. I love it, mainly for J2, so keep it going, you know, it can go on forever, and I hope it does. To end this story, sorry it's taking too long, but a couple of years ago, and I talked to my friend who tried to get me into the show, and I told him like how funny it is that now I'm like the biggest fan of the show, and I asked him, are you caught up on the show and you're still really passionate about it? And he's like, no, I stopped watching season 5. So I was like, wow, look at how things turn out. Like, that's crazy, right? The guy who tried to get me into the show so much and I wasn't interested, stopped at season 5. Like a lot of fans, I hear this from, not a lot, but a few fans are like purists of season 5 ending, the original ending of the show was very creepy. And I understand the sentiment, but J2 still are on the show despite the whole changes and like a lot of characters taking screen time off them, which I really don't like. But still J2 on the show, relatively the main focus still on them despite all the distractions. They're still carrying the show, so I'm never gonna stop watching it as long as J2 keep doing it. So that was my friend's rationale, and a lot of other fans. The show stopped being good after season 5, the original ending, when Kripke left, and I tried to convince my friend like, hey man, still good, maybe not as good, but check it out. And he said he would, you know, maybe give it another chance to go like season 6 and later. I haven't talked to him since. I don't know, it's not because of that, we just haven't really talked in a long time, but yeah, that's the crazy story of how I got into Supernatural. Thanks, Nearsighted Zombie, appreciate it, thanks for the question. On to the next question. Okay, next question / request from Mary Butt, nice name. Please, captions, with like 4 exclamation marks. I can't hear ordinarily, audio from the clips make understanding even harder, and I love how you intersperse TV clips with the guys, thank you. Thanks Mary Butt, appreciate you, liking my style of editing. And as far as captions, I actually get this request a few times from different fans. Guys, if I had the time, I would do it without you asking. Honestly, I don't. I have a full-time job, plus whatever other time I have, I put it all on making the videos I enjoy for you guys, which you also enjoy, which is a lot of work too. Like, it takes hours to edit and do all of this stuff, plus my job, and captions would take many more hours. Trust me, it's like a whole chore to do captions. But I said this a few times, and I even linked in the description. Fans can submit captions for any videos you want, and I'm just gonna approve it. And you can help me out this way. I appreciate if some fans want to do this, they have the time and want to help their fellow fans and submit captions to my videos. Please do so, and I'm gonna approve it. If you don't know how to do it, I have a link directly to it in the description. I have had it for a while now. Just click on that and pick whatever video you want to caption, and you can help your fellow fans this way and help my videos really be understood more by fans who have issues understanding like certain words, especially conventions. Audio is not very good, so please, it's open for you guys to chip in if you want. So yeah, that's my answer, Mary Butt. Sorry, I don't have the time, but I'm definitely open to fan help, support with this. So that's my answer. Thank you for your comment. Mystic J2 asks, do you think John or Crowley will come back? And I would love to see Jen, Jared's wife, come back somehow. Thanks Mystic J2 for your question. Alright, let's start with the easy one. Crowley, do I think Crowley will come back? Honestly, no, I don't think so, because things with Mark Sheppard seem to have ended with the crew behind the scenes not very good. He talked about this openly. I've had a few videos about it, even in a recent one suggesting he might come back as a new character. Not for sure, doesn't seem very certain now because I'm hearing conflicting things that he's actually in Atlanta filming something else, because obviously Supernatural is in Vancouver, Canada, so it's less likely he's gonna come back at all. But there was hints that he might come back because he's had old friends and SPN family hashtag, but he probably just does that with different posts just to like engage Supernatural family, but I guess in this case it didn't mean that. It could be a show, who knows, I still don't know, to be honest with you guys. I just asked the question, is he coming back? Maybe, hopefully, he's cool. Even if he does come back, it's gonna be a new character, not Crowley, because he said he doesn't want to come back and play Crowley again. And from the sounds of it, he doesn't want to come back to the show at all, because of that bitter ending, whatever issues he had behind the scenes with the cast and crew, specifically the crew, from the things I've seen. So to answer your question, I don't think Crowley will come back, no. At least not as Mark Sheppard, and I doubt they'll ever bring him back without the actor, because he is Crowley, really. You can't just, it's like Iron Man without Robert Downey Jr. You can't have Iron Man without Robert Downey Jr. Same thing with Crowley. So that's my answer about Crowley. Your other part of your question about John, I think John will come back, definitely. The actor JDM is so busy, obviously, with Walking Dead and other projects he keeps on going on. But specifically Walking Dead right now, he talked about always wanting to come back. Everyone wants to bring him back, really, and I would love to have him back. He talked about before the show ends someday he has to come back, but we all know Supernatural will never end, so yeah, I don't know if he's ever gonna come back, if he just wants to come back towards supposed ending. I would love for him to just come back, anytime he can, not related to any ending, because Supernatural will never end, right? So yeah, to answer your question, I think John will come back at some point. I would love to have him back. It's gonna be like a great dynamic between him, Sam, and Dean, especially as adults. They're growing up now, and they're leaders in their own right, so he can't just like boss them around like he used to do. I like John despite all the hate he gets. Obviously he has his flaws and all of that. He clashed with Sam a lot. I blame Sam too, not just John, because Sam was very like antagonistic towards John in early seasons. I really understand, like he's really rude to him, like didn't like Sam's attitude at first. So yeah, I don't put all the blame on John like a lot of John haters do. Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see how the dynamic changes now, especially that Mary is back. How is this all gonna play out? It's gonna be awkward to see like the new Bobby 2 relationship to Mary, and she had a relationship with Sketch, and now when John comes back, like awkward, right? John will probably like punch both of them. Just kidding, I don't know, but it's gonna be an awkward dynamic, and it's gonna be fun to see. Interaction between John, Mary, and the boys. I'd love to see that, and I think definitely he'll come back at some point. Once he frees up, hopefully he comes back soon. Okay, this is a fun one. Marshall OK or Marshall 0K, not sure if that's a 0 or an O. So he says, "Hey wayward son, I need to find me a gun. Back in 1835, when Halley's Comet was overhead, the same night those men died at the Alamo. They say someone made a gun, a special gun. He made it for a hunter, a man like us, only on horseback. The story goes he made 13 bullets. This hunter used the gun half a dozen times before he disappeared. The gun along with him. They say this gun can kill anything. So tell me, wayward son, are you prepared to help?" Marshall, okay, that's what I'm gonna call you. Yeah, definitely Marshall. I would definitely help find a cold. It's a nice John story you just told, and I'm definitely willing to help find it to kill every evil thing. I know there are 5 things in the universe that the cult cannot kill. One of them is definitely Lucifer. So can't really use that if Lucifer is really back and it's not Nick, so that's not gonna help there. And most likely it's not gonna kill Michael either, because if it doesn't kill Lucifer, Michael is arguably more powerful. It's the most powerful Archangel. So it's not gonna kill Michael either, so I'm not sure how it's gonna help now in the current situation, but also from what I remember, the cult was melted by Dagon in season 12, but somehow there's another version of the cult. As far as I know, it's only one gun made by Daniel Colt. But yeah, if somehow I could get it back, I would definitely help, because, it can help with other monsters if it's not Michael, And we don't want to kill Dean either, so even if it did kill Michael, we don't want to use it, right? So that's my answer. Thanks for your cool story, Marshall. Okay, next question from Minnie Lily. She asks, have you ever met anyone from Supernatural? If yes, who? If not, would you like to meet some specific people or just the whole crew? Thanks Minnie Lily for your question. Yes, I've actually recently met a lot of the cast from Supernatural in my first convention ever. Back in January was OrlandoCon. So I met, you know, Jensen, Jared, Misha, who else? Richard Spade, Matt Cohen, Wayward sisters, Kim and Brianna. Who else did I meet? Yeah, that's what I remember for now. Like the J2M, obviously, Kim, Brianna, Richard Spade. I didn't have a chance to meet Rob directly in autographs. He wasn't part of the package I had. I've just seen him on stage like everyone else. Who else did I meet? Yeah, those are the main ones I remember. It was really fun meeting those guys, especially J2, because I've been watching the show, you know, since 2012, rewatching over and over again. Sam and Dean mainly I'm really like, they are my favorite. Obviously they make the show, so just seeing them on stage, guys, for the first time is like a magical experience. I can't even describe it. You have to have the experience to understand it. You're watching those guys for many years, over and over again. You love them on the show, you know, you love them in interviews and convention stuff you watch videos of, and then you see them like in real life. It's a majestic experience, especially in autographs and photos and stuff when you're seeing them like up close. I had no words for the most part, especially the very first time in autographs and in photos. Before I've seen him again later in like autographs or photos, depending what came first. Was really intimidating, especially Jensen. Like, he's very intimidating. He has this like, you know how he plays Michael in the new season? He has this thing in real life. And I believe Jared talked about this. I think he does it on purpose to like not be very accessible to fans. Not saying like he's trying to be rude or anything, but he puts like a wall, kind of like Dean does in a sort of way on the show, to not like give fans a big opportunity to like be like, you know, all over him with questions and stuff. He puts this intimidating face on, and I don't know, I felt it was a bit difficult speaking to him. In photos, the first time he was like smiling and friendly, hey buddy and stuff. In autographs, man, he wasn't like, not even a slight smile, and he was very serious, you know. He was like Dean Man slash Dykel when the second time I met him in autographs. So I talked about this in like a separate video when I first met him. You can go back and check when I met Jensen Ackles, I think it was called something like that. So that's Jensen. Jared, slightly more friendly, but not as like friendly as and goofy as you see him on stage. Again, he was much more reserved. The rest of the cast were, I would say, much more friendly and open. Kim, Brianna, Richard, Matt Cohen. And yeah, Mark Pellegrino, I forgot to mention, met him too. Lucifer is really cool and fun and friendly in person. Who would have thought that? He is. He's pretty chill. Yeah, really enjoyed meeting those guys and looking forward to meet them again soon. Okay, second part of your question. Would you like to meet some specific people or just the whole crew? Okay, so from the people I haven't met, I would say I would love to meet Catherine Ramdeen because she's freaking awesome. I didn't know she's vegan. I found out in my first convention watching her panel. I was very excited because I'm vegan, if you guys didn't know already. I posted a few times about that. Yeah, she talked about it in detail. Someone asked her in the panel in OrlandoCon, and yeah, I was so happy to hear her talk about it. She speaks about a very important cause, obviously animal rights, you know, how animal use is wrong for clothes, food, and entertainment. We don't really need to use animals to strive, so why are we doing it for? Why are we killing animals for? So I was very excited to hear her talk about it because I've never really heard any celebrity talk about it in this details and so passionately about it before, like a genuine person. And she came out very genuine to me and like outspoken, which I am, you know, about something I care about, and I really admired her more for that. Aside from her character in the show, like she became my real life hero from the Supernatural crew, and I hope she comes back season 14 and to see her again. I hope to meet her someday soon. And I made a whole video about her after the convention, with her panel and talking about veganism, her inspiring speech and all of that. You can guys check it out. Catherine Ramdeen, Amazing Speech, something like that, the video is titled. Yeah, so she saw the video, I told her about it, and she tweeted about it, and she pinned the tweet for like a while, and she thanked me for making a video. I talked to her a little bit on Instagram, and she's really like nice and friendly, and I wish I could meet her in a con, but unfortunately like my package didn't have any autographs with her or anything. I've just seen her on stage and interacted with her online, and she really liked the video, and yeah, she's awesome. Catherine, if you're watching this, I love you, you're awesome, and I hope to meet you someday soon, maybe do an interview, talk about supernatural and veganism. You're awesome. So to answer your question, I would like to meet Catherine Ramdean for sure. Alright guys, so I've been rambling on a lot, so I'm gonna take one more question, and if you guys enjoyed this video, I can make other parts, other Q&A videos. Let me know down below in the comments. So let's take the last question. Supportus Kinward, I don't know how to say that, but I'll put it on the screen for you guys to see. My question is, what are you looking up to for season 14 of Supernatural, and what do you think will happen, and what do you know already? Alright, so I'm gonna take it from the last bit you asked. What I know already is everything you guys see on the channel, so no secrets, everything I've already made videos about from what we know. Obviously there's not a lot of information, we only got one episode, and I don't really like to go ahead like from like spoiler episode 5 or something. So what I know is you already see on my channel. That's the answer to the last bit. To take the first parts of your question, what am I looking forward to in season 14 and what do I think will happen? Okay, what I'm looking forward to really in season 14 for Dean to be back. I miss Dean already. A lot of people are like, oh, I hope Michael lasts a while because Dean lasted like 3 episodes and that's so disappointing. Guys, the show is Sam and Dean. Do you really want the show to be disrupted like it is right now with no Dean? I mean, even Dykel got like 5 minutes of screen time in the premiere. Seriously, like Jensen got like 5, 7, 8 minutes of the whole 42 minutes. And the rest of the characters got the rest of it, including Sam, of course. But really, it's usually Sam and Dean almost 50-50 from, the beginning of the show. Or actually 100% shared screen time in most cases. Now, we have all these disruptions and other characters taking screen time of the boys, especially Dean in this case. There's no Dean taking the screen time of Jensen, and there's no Dean. So that's what I'm looking forward to the most, getting Dean back. And I'm hearing that we might get him back, speaking of spoilers, what I know, by episode 3. But what I think is not gonna be like permanently back, is gonna be something similar to Gabriel fooling us in season 8, or was it season 9, when he pretended to be like Sam is back, but he was like pretending the whole time. It's actually Gabriel taking control. I think we're gonna have something similar. Maybe Dean actually being back, doesn't have to be the same exact way, but Michael will still be in him somehow, or he's gonna come back into him, something like that. But yeah, I hope we get him back as soon as episode 3. That's my answer as far as what I'm looking forward to the most in season 14. I'm gonna stick to like one thing at a time right now. Getting Dean back, that's priority right now. For Sam and the gang, and for me as a fan, I want Dean back as soon as possible. Because Sam and Dean are supernatural. Without them both at the same time, the show is just weird. You guys seen the premiere. Felt odd, didn't it? Because there's no Dean. At least Dean was still Dean, a variation of Dean, like just a little more twisted and crazy and more like, he just wanted to have more fun or whatever. But Dykel is just, it's Michael, it's a whole new character, it's not Dean at all. So it's very strange and kind of depressing, to be honest. So I hope we get Dean back soon with his comedy and goofiness and all of that. Sam and Dean are the heart and core of Supernatural, and it's very odd not seeing him in any episode, even like half an episode, So hopefully we get him back soon. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. So that's it guys for my first Q&A video celebrating 200,000 subscribers. Thank you so much again for sticking with me, growing a channel, enjoying my content, and for the questions you submitted. Sorry if I didn't get to your question, for the other fans asking more questions. The video really, I think, dragged on really long. I don't know in editing how long it's gonna end up being, but it's gonna be super long, much longer than I thought. So maybe I'm gonna make other parts, other Q&As in the future, answering other questions you guys ask. If you enjoyed this video, you want to see more Q&A videos, like the video, let me know down below in the comments. As always, subscribe for more awesome supernatural content. Till next time, as always, no chick flick moments.